Aye, boom. Today we're going to be making a beat for Central C, kind of inspired by his latest drop, Retail Therapy, which I actually kind of like, even though a lot of people are saying it's trash. I think it's kind of a vibe. I hear people complain about the 808s in the beat, but don't worry, we're going to have good 808s in this tutorial. For anyone that doesn't know, my drum kit Empire is out now. Hit me up on Instagram for 5% off, link in the top of the description for it. Listen, I think we could really push for 10k subs by the end of January. So I really need the support from all you man that watch my videos every week. Yeah, you. Make sure you're liking the video, because let's be honest, it takes like 2 seconds. And it literally lets YouTube know that you like the video and that other people might like it as well. And also, if you are that random person that's just found me through YouTube recommended, yo, press the subscribe button, man. You're not going to be disappointed. All right, let's get into the video. So Central C's song Retail Therapy was actually a sample, and it's actually probably the one, it's actually a very rinsed sample. I'm pretty sure it's been used by loads of people, but this is the original sample from his latest song. I hope this doesn't get like muted or anything, but yo, here's a list of all the stuff it's been in. It's been in a Tupac song, it's been in an Eminem song, Kanye sampled it, J. Cole sampled it. Damn. It's only right that we grab a sample for this too. And I think I found the perfect sample. Yeah, shout out my guy Wongy for showing me this. 277 views. Listen to this thing. This thing is hard.
Guess who back on the motherfucking day?
I'm gonna talk through how I actually sample. So we're gonna drag in the sample here. And when we're doing this, I normally just bring up a tempo tapper and just go along with it. So I think it's roughly about 91 BPM. So let's just chop off the start of it. We go like this. And I'm just gonna put the metronome on and play it. Alright, so that sounds like it's in time.
Guess who back?
We actually might keep the guess who's back for like a transition. We're gonna delete the rest. Right now we're in 91 BPM. This is in 91 BPM. So this means this sample is in 91 BPM. So I'm just gonna render this like this. Now that it's consolidated, we're still in 91 BPM. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna push this up to 145 BPM. To get this on back on beat, you wanna click fit the tempo. I'm gonna type in BPM. So originally we were in 91. So 91 times 2 is 182. So I'm gonna type in 182 BPM. And now this should be alright. Alright, we've thrown a little bit of mix onto it. We put on some Valhalla Vintage Verb with the preset of Drum Air. The Drum Air preset kind of gives it a little bit more of a sample feel. And then just cutting some lows. I also have Effectrix down here down the bottom as well. I'm going to make a section of this with Effectrix reverse on it. I'm going to render that out. And that might come in during like a verse or something. But with the mix on it, it sounds like this. Okay, we have now thrown our sample into Fruity Slicer. I've just upped the attack of up to the K on it as well. And now we have a pattern that sounds like this. Alright, so I've just consolidated it from Fruity Slicer. We've pitched it up another 2. And finally, this is the final product. I actually fuck at the very end of it. It's like a constant build up, what it's called. There's extra bits of drums, but it's kind of hard. And like I just said as well, we threw Effectrix on it. We rendered out another melody from Effectrix. It sounds like this. Just to kind of switch up the melody a little bit somewhere in the beat. Of course, we're coming to the Empire drum kit. Like I said at the start of the video, Empire drum kit out now, top of the description if you're trying to cop it. We're going to use some drums from that. We're making drums for Central C kind of type beats. The drums aren't exactly doing too much. They're pretty simple, but they're very rhythmic. Everything has like a very repetitive pattern. And we're literally just going to do the most basic drill hi-hat pattern. And I think this is going to be enough to carry the beat. Next, we're going to grab a snare. When you're doing these type of beats, you don't want to grab like a very heavy snare. You kind of want like more of a high-ended light kind of snare. So we're taking the New York snare. And we're also going to layer it with another snare from the kit called That Snare. We're going to layer it on every red. And again, just loop. Or we're going to grab my snuff perk as well. I feel like this is so iconic in Central C beats. I feel like this definitely helps to like carry the flow of the beat and stuff like that. We're going to descend them in velocity. And we're also going to just make them like little stabs. Because I have them enveloped. So it's not going to play the full note. I kind of like that. Something like that, kind of coming down in velocity as well. Alright, I'm actually going to try down the kick first, just so I can get like a bit more of a bounce for the beat. I'm also going to do a drill 808, and I'm also going to put in a Zay 808 as well. Now again, with these beats, the 808s aren't going too crazy. They're normally just hitting like root notes and stuff like that. They're just kind of going with the melody. So we are in B minor, so we're just going to play it along the root note. And at the end of it, we're going to use a fifth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, that doesn't sound right. So if we use a fifth on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is normally a seventh on the top. So when it goes into the second part of the beat, the 808 changes. Again, we're just following the melody with the 808. When it comes into the Effectrix reversed part, I actually want to use a Zay 808 for this part. Where is this? Again, I feel like it's kind of missing that build up on the 8th bar. We're going to come into the kit, we're going to grab one of these end of 8 bar drum loops. Alright, I'm actually pretty happy with how this turned out. I can't lie, this sounds like a placement kind of beat for Central C. And it comes into the Effectrix reverse section, but then it comes into the second half. I think the transition from the Zay 808 back into the drill 808 and kick sounds cold too. That's how easy it is to make a placement beat for Central C. This FLP will be on my Patreon if anyone does want to use a sample it themselves. Talking about samples, I'm actually also uploading data loops and stuff like that onto my Patreon. So if anyone's a member of my Patreon, look out for them, do what you want with them, you can use them. We're also nearly at 3,000 followers on Instagram as well. So if there's any of you, man, that are watching me religiously, make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. This is pretty much it. Run me up on Instagram and Twitch because there are only 2 things I care about. I'm out. Good luck. See you later.